Alright, so I'm doing this video because my tablet doesn't have a disk drive, so I can't actually show this in person in class. But here's how I do screencasting. So the first thing I do, I go to this website here. It's just obsproject.com. You pick your operating system, so they have Windows, Mac, and Linux. And there's Classic and Studio version. I'm using the Classic version for Windows, and I download it as a zip, so if you have like WinRAR or 7-zip, you can extract that. It'll work just fine. So that was cool. That's how I got my software. I'll show you a little bit. Actually, I don't think I can show you how that software works. If you want to see how that software works, I can show you how that works in person. That's probably the easiest way. Right now, I can't think of a way to actually show that. Although, can I just come over here to... No. Yeah. Anyway. Then I went on Amazon, and I just searched up DrawPad, or drawing tablet, or graphing tablet, something like that. This was 40 bucks, 40% off. It had great reviews. But if you just come up here and you type in DrawPad, all kinds of things are going to come up. So here's a 4x2, 2.25. Same brand, just a little smaller than what I have. They've got some huge ones, it looks like. So there's different sizes for what you need. I think the 8x6 is pretty good. I've got a big monitor. I've got a 23-inch monitor, and I don't have any trouble writing where I want to write using that. But they have different sizes and different things like that. I also set up the scaling on that, and if you get one, I would love to work with you to set the scaling up just to make it balance out, because it's a different ratio than the actual monitor that I have. But that's the technology stuff. Let me just show you really quickly how this works. So if I want to do a screencast for my kids, what I would do is I would open up Microsoft OneNote. I think they have it available for Mac as well. It should be free software, at least if you own Office. And I have my handy-dandy pen that came with it. All I have to do is click this pen, and now the cursor is moving because I'm clicking, and I'm just moving this around. So I want to have, I'm going to click on this pen, and then there we go, I can draw. So let's get the highlighter out. This was a activity I had my students do. Basically, read an article, pick out the main points, and answer some questions. So I'm just going to go ahead and show how I would do this. Let's see. The first question is about kelp forest and what they do. So let's see. Kelp forest, maintain our climate, and prevent storm damage. So now they can see I highlighted that. That's important. That'll come over here, and I can look at other things. So let's see. I also want to know why our otter is important for protecting kelp. So I'd come over here. Sea otters eat sea urchins, and we know that the sea urchins, which would otherwise devour the kelp and disrupt the rich web of life, yada, yada, yada. I probably wouldn't highlight all of this, but I'm not really thinking right now. So that's that. And then for the questions, I don't have the questions up here right now, but there would be, questions here. So question number 1 is, what do kelp forests do? I'm going to put KF. And I don't have good handwriting to begin with, but you can see it works pretty well, especially if I were just to put this up on YouTube. Students can read it for the most part. So kelp forests, they do 2 things. Bullet point 1, they maintain climate. And bullet point 2, they prevent storm damage. I can also do this same thing. If I want, I can open up a PowerPoint. So here's a PowerPoint that I went through. And I wonder if there's a way I can just clear all the shapes. I don't see one. But what I ended up doing is I kept my PowerPoint over here. Let me just erase these. I'll bump up the scaling. I kept my PowerPoint on the left side, and I would put notes on the right side. So this was the end of our PowerPoint. And maybe if I wanted to just give a student a little reminder at the very end, what I could do is click this to pen and bump it down to a pretty fine point. It's to say organism. So I'll put org. We're trying to do the organization of ecology. So organism, one living thing. Then I would do population, all one species, and one area. And I just keep going down, community, all species. That's bad handwriting, but you get the idea. Eco, definition, biome, definition, biosphere. And put my demo definitions. So again, I'm writing sloppy just to save time when we're watching this in class, but you get the idea. All of the information can go up on here really easily. I have one, so over here I was labeling different parts of this map, and I know it's a giant mess now, but as I was going along, I promise it made sense. Another one, so I was looking at a specific region right here. So I could circle that on the map. Normally in class, you can't just circle an area on a map, other than just by pointing at it with your hands. So I'm thinking about bringing this into my classroom and being able to do this real time in front of the kids. Haven't decided, but that's an idea. Finally, what I do is I will go to the regular software, the Open Broadcast software. I'll hit stop recording. That'll save a file. I open that file up in Windows Movie Maker or something like that, and I can export it, put it straight up on YouTube. It's pretty awesome. So hopefully this helps you out. I can do any other things. I can, hang out with you after class or something to look at these ideas. All right, bye.